Hello and welcome to a brand new video. My name is Vashal and I'm here with Armea, and we're here with the list of all the games that are coming this March. We've decided to make this list a bit sooner so that you have time to decide which one you'd like to check out.
Disclaimer, we had to split this list in two as it's quite a long list of awesome games. So for this list, we'll be covering half of the games up to March the 17th and pick up from where we left off next. We've also included games that can be played on multiple platforms, including on the mobile, so we'll be having a complex list of games no matter what type of gamer you are. Lastly, please note that we are trying to cover as many games we can that we thought are interesting and worth your time and attention. So that means, aside for AAA and AA games, we included indies that we found interesting and we think you'll like. So, without further ado, let us jump into the list. The first one on our list is Battle Cry of Freedom. Battle Cry of Freedom brings brutal real-time first and third-person combat set in the 19th century America, presenting players with the opportunity to experience the American Civil War as either the Union or the Confederacy. I have to be honest with you that there is not many games of this kind out there, or at least not presenting this period, and if you are craving to play a game with such a setting, be prepared for this multiplayer game that is coming on the 1st of March for PC only.
Next on our list, we've got ELEX II. The sequel of ELEX game is coming out on the 1st of March as well for PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series X and S, and for PC. If you're not familiar with ELEX, I'll give you a short description. So ELEX is a handcrafted action role-playing experience from the award-winning creators of Gothic series, set in the brand new post-apocalyptic science fantasy universe that puts players into a huge, seamless game world full of original characters, mutated creatures, deep moral choices, and powerful actions. As far as I can tell is that I've been considering to play ELEX a long time ago, when it was announced the second one, because I've been a fan of Gothic series and I wanted to see how this game is like. ELEX has a complex combat system and requires a bit of adjustment to it until you finally get the hang of it. I'm hoping that ELEX II is a lot more polished on that level, so what we know in the second one is that we get to explore the planet of Magellan with unprecedented freedom, using our trusted jetpack to travel the map and even fly. It seems like a solid RPG game and I cannot wait to see how this game is going to be. Hopefully this game comes out with a lot more polishing, as the two most anticipated games of February kinda disappointed a lot of people, so let's hope this one comes out with less issues.
Next coming up is Far-Changing Tides, which is an atmospheric vehicle adventure that follows the emotional journey of a boy and his ship as he embarks on a voyage to find a new home. Sail stormy waters, dive unknown depths, and explore forgotten ruins in a beautifully realized, flooded world. Although graphics are gorgeous, this game gives me a little vibe of another game that I enjoyed called Spiritfarer. Adventure games pretty much always have a great story, so if you want to enjoy a game that can offer you that, check Far-Changing Tides as it comes for PC, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch on 1st of March.
Shadow Warrior 1 and 2 has been on a big discount recently, and I believe the reason it is that the Shadow Warrior 3 is coming out very soon. So what's Shadow Warrior? Shadow Warrior is a series of first-person shooter video game that focuses on the exploits of Lo Wang, a modern ninja warrior who fights through hordes of demons. Shadow Warrior 3 launches the offbeat first-person shooter series to the next level with a seamless blend of fast-paced gunplay, razor-sharp melee combat, and spectacular free-running movement system. This game is full of action, and if you enjoy Doom, you might like this one, as it seems like an interesting stylized game. The great thing is that this game comes out as well on the 1st of March for PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So that concludes the 1st of March with the games that we've listed already. We hope your wallet is still intact.
Moving forward, on the 2nd March, we have 35mm. It's a post-apocalyptic story about two travelers who set out on a long journey in the wasteland, left by people after the global epidemic. collect supplies, food, batteries, and weapons, solve quests, and move forward on the plot, which has several variations in the final depending on your actions. This game seems really interesting, but at this point in time, it only releases for PC and PlayStation 4. Sorry, Xbox fans.
Next, Instruments of Destruction. Instruments of Destruction is a vehicle building sandbox featuring advanced physics-based destruction. Create crazy construction vehicles and use them to demolish buildings and complete various objectives. A very similar game like this one is Teardown, so if you like destructive environments, this may seem something you should check out as well. Instruments of Destruction is coming for PC only on the 2nd of March.
Another interesting title is Babylon's Fall. What we know about the game is Babylon's Fall is a groundbreaking project developed in partnership with renowned action specialist Platinum Games. Babylon's Fall features fluid action-packed gameplay and a striking art style delivered via brushwork filter technology. This game has multiplayer features including co-op, so I'm interested to play this game in the future with Vash. Babylon's Fall is set to come for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC on the 3rd of March. Next one is for the ones that love racing games.
Gran Turismo 7 builds on the 22 years of experience to bring you the best features from the history of the franchise. Gran Turismo, also known as GT, is a series of racing simulation video game developed by Polyphony Digital. Developed for PlayStation system, Gran Turismo games are intended to emulate the appearance and performance of a large section of vehicles, most of which are licensed reproductions of real-world automobiles. Gran Turismo 7 plunges players into the life of a self-made professional racer. Polyphony Digital recreates beachy Hollywood-like streets, tree-laden terrain, and other landscapes with beautiful rendered graphics. Luxury races return in a package catalog of cars and more customizable options than ever before. Although I wish this series would be available for other consoles, we can only get to play this one on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 on the 4th of March.
Triangle Strategy is an interesting title that comes for Nintendo Switch. As previously mentioned, Triangle Strategy is a turn-based tactical role-playing game, and battles will take place across a grid-based playing field. Opponents will be computer-generated ones, and the aim of the game is to take them out and win the fight. Triangle Strategy seems like an interesting Switch game and will be available on March 4th.
Virtuoso is another interesting game, and it seems to be a trend that every month we get a new VR game. The metaverse is getting closer and closer as it seems. Virtuoso is a virtual music creation sandbox that lets anyone bring melodic creation to life in VR. With instruments that have been specifically tailored and tuned for virtual reality, as well as in interactive tutorials, you'll go from music class dropout to worldwide pop star in no time. If you're a music enthusiast, you'll probably enjoy this game a lot. It comes out on PC and MetaQuest on the 10th of March.
Although we don't announce many mobile games, the one we are about to talk seems interesting. The mobile gaming is slowly advancing, although there is a lot of copycats out there. Dark Nemesis Infinite Quest is a bold blend of PvE and PvP elements, set in an expansive multi-dimensional universe, where deadly foes lurk around every corner. The game's Battle Royale mode puts heroes to the test in a massive war that only ends when one player remains. It is coming on March 15, 2022 for iPhone and Android.
Tunic is an action-adventure about a tiny fox in a big world. Explore the wilderness, discover spooky ruins, and fight terrible creatures from long ago. Tunic is played normally in isometric view, allowing the player to maneuver their character, an anthropomorphic fox, around the game's world, interacting with objects and fighting enemies. If necessary, the player can switch to a more top-down view in combat. If you like this game, I think you should give it a try, as it's coming for Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PC, and Macintosh on the 16th of March.
Anno Mutationem is next, and I gotta be honest, at the first thought, I thought another Anno game is coming out. But this is a different type of game. In this sci-fi action adventure game with RPG elements, you become a highly skilled combat-trained lone wolf on a personal mission in a giant metropolis, set in a cyberpunk world, featuring a unique mix of pixelated 2D and 3D graphic style with a rich, dark, and bizarre plot. If you're grown curious about this game, know that it is coming out for PlayStation 4 and PC on March the 17th.
Black Geyser Couriers of Darkness is an isometric party and XP-based real-time RPG set in the world of Erangel. Solve mysteries, fight epic battle, help beggars and kings alike, outwit swindlers and gods, and never forget greed has many forms and many names. Inspired by genre classics, recruit characters with unique personalities and explore a land ravaged by civil war and a mysterious curse of greed. Your choices, good or evil, will decide the fate of Kingdom of Isilmeral. I personally found this game interesting as I like the style and I'm looking forward to play it. This splendid RPG is coming for PC on the 17th of March.
Dark Deity is a turn-based linear story RPG with an expansive and original story, 30 playable characters, 54 playable classes, 320 weapons and spells, over 120 skills, 450 plus unit bond conversations, and game-changing relics. Dark Deity is developed by Sword and Axe and published by Freedom Games. It was funded by Kickstarter and released on June 15, 2021 on the Steam platform for Microsoft Windows, so now we are finally getting it for Switch, where it seems to be a good place to play it from. I like indie games like this, so I'm curious to see how it goes with Nintendo Switch on March the 17th.
We're almost getting at the end of this list for part 1, so we're leaving it with Monster Energy Supercross. Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game, is a motocross video game series developed and published by Milestones for various platforms. The series has been released annually since early 2018, with the third installment launching in North America on February the 4th, 2020. As for now, we're getting it for PC, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5 and 4 on the 17th of March.
As we've been compiling this list, a few more games have been added for this March, so we are going to mention them in this bonus section. Aperture Desk Job is a very interesting game by Valve. Made for the launch of Valve's Steam Deck, Aperture Desk Job puts players in the lightning-spanked, endorphin-gorged world of sitting still behind things. Vash is very much excited about the Steam Deck as he really loves his Steam games. Speaking about Steam Deck, what games are you going to play on it? Drop your top games in the comment section below.
Spellforce 3 is a very good RPG game that is coming for a couple of platforms like PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Spellforce 3 is a role-playing video game with real-time strategy game elements. Usually players control a character they created and up to 3 companions, each with different abilities. I've played approximately 45 hours already on Steam, and as a longtime fan of Spellforce series, I highly recommend this one. I really like the first 2, and I think Spellforce 3 is a good RPG game. I'm glad that other console players get to play this one. It will be available on the 8th of March.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Dawn of Ragnarok is coming on the 9th of March for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. If you don't know what this expansion is about, I'll tell you. In the most ambitious expansion in the Assassin's Creed franchise history, Eivor must embrace their destiny as Odin, the Norse god of battle and wisdom. Unleash new divine powers as you embark on the desperate quest through a breathtaking world. Complete a legendary Viking saga and save your son in the face of the god's doom. There is a lot of debates about the direction Ubisoft is taking Assassin's Creed, and I don't blame the fans. It has changed a lot since its roots. Although, I gotta say, the Assassin's Creed Valhalla is a great game and I've had a lot of fun putting in some hours in the game. Even if you like the series or not, or considering to get Valhalla's expansions, it comes at a hefty price for about $40, that is about £33 in the UK. A pretty pricey DLC, I gotta say. Is it worth it? You decide.
Last on this bonus list for this video is none other than Grand Theft Auto 5. Yet again, the famous action pack game is coming to another console, this time joining the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S on March the 15th. Although we already have confirmation that Rockstar is working on the next Grand Theft Auto, we hope that the longtime fans of the series are willing to put up again a few bucks on the new consoles they purchased to create chaos on the streets of Los Santos.
Well, that's it from us, and I think we built up quite a list of games for the first stage of March. We hope you liked it so far, so feel free to drop us a like to help the algorithm and show support to our channel. We are new here, but we are trying our best to come up with interesting content that keeps you up to date with games. If you like what we do, feel free to subscribe to the channel and turn on all the notifications so you don't miss out our most recent videos.
Thank you very much for watching. My name is Vasharal, and together with Armea, we're Telplay. Oh, and also on a side note, I just want to apologize for the background noise. Our pet bird, Zira, is actually creating quite a noise lately. She's very vocal, so I hope that didn't actually, ruin your experience with our channel. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks again for dropping by, and we'll see you on our next video. Bye!